I am not Ed Skoog.
You are much smaller than Ed Skoog.
Much less of a man than Ed Skoog is, unfortunately. Ed is not going to be here this evening. His wife is in labor right now. And as someone who just had a child about 4 months ago, I know exactly the excitement, anxiety, and emotional exhilaration and deprivation that he's going through right now, bringing a little person into this world. I've worked with Ed quite a bit, so I know the kind of poet that he is, and I felt comfortable being his stand-in. However, he is a man who is, like Wes said, much, much larger than I am. He's also from Topeka, Kansas, and lived in New Orleans for a while, so he has this weird Midwest/Southern accent that I will never be able to replicate as a guy from New York. So I will try to do this poem justice as only Brian McGuigan could, reinterpreting Ed Skoog. This poem is called Like Night Catching Jackrabbits in Its Barbed Wire. For my birthday, we drive up the Bahada to Pioneer Town lanes, where the singer, Cat Power, has left her score sheet on the wall. We bowl under pink and green lights. Back in civilian footwear, we walk sand to Pappy and Harriet's Pioneer Palace, deal Quiddler to the Roadhouse, Gloria. And then a Marine, Band-Aid on his nose, stumbles, steals my beer. I snatch it back. The soldier's buddy apologizes, says, 40 weeks in sandbox, and they're getting him good and drunk. An officer, my age, and slacks, leans in to say, don't worry, he's watching. But I've been beaten up by soldiers before. I know how certain and nearly good fists feel when the flesh is hungry for touch. We finish our game, the ball closes, and those who are sober go to bed, while those who are left drive to town, Joshua Tree, half an hour through last summer's forest fire, until we find the saloon by the motel where Graham Parsons died twice in 1973. The first time, his hooker expertly shoved a cube from the ice bucket up his ass, restored him, and yet he knew enough of life to shoot up again. It's hard to save your own life, to take such extreme measures alone. The woman at the saloon, heavy with heavy curls, collect drinks and asks, are you a Marine? And I do feel underwater, undersea, 5,000 feet above its level in the entangled, ragged arms of the Joshua Tree, which is a lily. And when I wake from drowning, beyond the Pioneer Town motel window, the mountains are still deciding what to wear. My wife pours orange juice into a green glass beside black crumbs of birthday cake. Thank you.
So first I want to wish Ed and his wife well, wherever they may be in that process. And also thank him and all the other poets and Brian and all the people behind this collaboration. What a neat idea and what a treat to be a part of this. The last time I stood on this stage was in 2005 when I was, I had a song that was chosen as the theme song for the 2005 Seattle Poetry Festival here. And by chosen as the theme song, I mean I was asked to record it and they never used it. But I'm over that, and it's nice to be back. My relationship with poetry over the years, I feel like, is a lot like my relationship with hip hop, in that I don't always seek it out on my own, but when people bring it to me, particularly people who know my tastes and people I respect, I tend to really appreciate it. And I really appreciated the chance to spend most of a happy hour with Ed earlier this week and get to know him and know that that poem really happened. That was his 35th birthday. In the first draft of that poem, he actually mentions that was his 35th birthday. And he has such a great vocabulary about place. And I feel lucky to have traveled over a lot of this country, but the high deserts of Southern California is a place I haven't been. And so I decided I would just take a trip there through Ed's narrative, through the things that he gave me in this poem, and through the things that he offered just in our sit-down. And so here we go. Well, the soldier's been drinking, that much is clear, as he grins at the waitress and he grabs for my beer. But I don't want no trouble, I don't want no scene. I've been down that road and I've seen where it leads. And outside the air smells like candy on fire, where a party is hot in pursuit of that pie. And I'm 1 year older tonight. Where they came across the oceans, and they came from the east, and they came from old Mexico, Buscarias, and they built what they needed, and they took what was there, and made California that great golden bear. But outside the beaches and the freeways and wine, Montana don't own every inch of big sky. And I'm 1 year older tonight. On the backsides of mountains, the alleys between, in the high desert moonlight, and the motels off screen, dirt roads and dive bars and neon cathedrals, ain't nobody's flag that can claim me right here. And sometimes at night when I'm lying in bed, those old singing cowboys run round through my head, and they say, nice to meet you, but will you stay long? And look what went down once we passed the baton. And outside the yucca throws arms to the sky and begs for forgiveness, though I can't see why. I'm 1 year older tonight. 1 year older tonight. Yeah, I'm 1 year older tonight.
Weddell, Wes Weddell, Ed Skoog, Brian McGee.